Between the Sheets Original, Qatar 2022 World Cup, presented by me, Duncan Williamson. The main points then, the main points, what it's all about. The clubs, the players, the countries, caps and goals, and more. For some reason, it just crossed my mind to try to find and download the World Cup squad details from the 2022 World Cup held in Qatar. I found the details easily on Wikipedia, although every squad was contained its own table, and the details are all here. So I asked Power Query to go to that web page, and I downloaded all 32 separate tables, one table for each country's squad. I had to append the 32 tables to generate my all squads combined table. And while that was not difficult, it took time because of the connection to Wikipedia. And I then created an index number in each of the 32 pages before I combined them so that I could use them to attach the squad country names to them. My initial squad tables look like this. This is the England table. They're all the same, by the way. Note the index number 5 column. England was Wikipedia's table number 5. Attach the append as new so that all 32 tables retain their own identity. And by the way, initially I saved all of the queries as connection only, but that didn't work so well and I had to start the job again. Table to append. I had to find a way to attach the name of the squad to its table as they were separated. And I did that by creating a table as follows and merge that table with my now merged all squads combined table, such as Table 1, Country 1, Ecuador, Country 2, Netherlands, blah, 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 Country 32, Uruguay. Once I've put the above two tables together and made some other changes, my final table looks like this. Analysis and exploration. And once I had my table finished, these are the things that I did by way of analysis and exploration. Histograms of age, caps, goals, beginning with the correlation matrix. Age and caps highly correlated at 66, 66%. Age and goals not so highly correlated at 0.31. Caps and goals, 0.61. Not bad, that. Graphs to support the matrix, and here's just one of them. Age, can you see? No one's younger than about 18. Funny that. And as they get older, generally, they earn more caps. Not everyone, but generally. I used this formula to find out how many players there were in each of the 4 positions that players were assigned to. Number 1, goalkeeper, number 2, defence, number 3, midfield, and number 4, forward. I created a unique list of all home clubs and evaluated the number of players on duty at the tournament. And here are just the top 19 clubs, sorted A to Z. So, for example, FC Köln, only 1 player, 1899 Hoffenheim, 2, Ajax, 11, Al Hilal, 12. The largest number of players from 1 club was Barcelona with 17. I use this formula to evaluate the distribution of players according to their birth year. And here is that table. I'm sure you can find some conclusions to draw from that. And they provided us with estimates of the players' ages, but I reworked that column using the opening date of the tournament as the cutoff for finding their true ages using this formula. The oldest player on duty was 40.17 years. The the youngest was 18, and the range was 22.17. And here are the histograms of their published ages, graph 1, their actual ages as per my calculations, graph 2, and you can see that the age they provided in their table was nowhere near enough. And I have included a histogram of the residuals, the differences between their estimate and my estimate. Ages given by them, ages evaluated by me, given the dates of birth they provided, and the differences between them. Quite substantial, quite significant, really. Which club, which players? Since football is a family game and we usually adopt our team at or near birth, I'm sure that many people who come to this page and my file would want to be able to find out who were the players, if any, who represented their country and their club, and the club they support. For example, I've followed and supported Burnley FC all of my life, and ever since primary school. And I could see from the listings that 2 players from Burnley FC were present in Qatar for the tournament. So I've included a data validation cell and then a filter formula that tells me who the players were, who represented their club and their country. And by the way, this output is on the same worksheet as the columns that show the count of players and the clubs they represented. There we are, the first table. For example, I've just shown you that, the club and how many players came from that club. But here, Burnley, the 2 players are Connor Roberts and Mr. Zaruri. Barcelona, as I mentioned already, has 17 players on duty, and here they are, the names and the countries that they represented. The group by function, finally, I set out an evaluation of average ages by country, and I use a group by function for that. Here is the function I used. For example, Argentina, average age as at the start of the tournament, 28.3. Australia, 27.62. I just scan that column. They're all pretty close to each other, aren't they? Can you find the youngest squad overall by average? I didn't put a figure for that, but it's something you can do for yourself. But what's the lowest? Just by a very quick look, 26.8 for Cameroon, 26.9 England, 25.3 Ghana. There we go. Overall, then, this analysis took time mainly because of the speed of the connection to Wikipedia, and then because I had to carry out a relatively large number of relatively small changes and formulations and so on. And you can follow the link that you'll see here and download my file. Well, thank you for watching. Between the Sheets, the original with me, Duncan Williamson, 11th of April 2025, updated 12th of April 2025. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.